Guten Abend.
Hello, everybody.
Ni-
Welcome.
So nice to see you. Although we have seen us quite a lot in the last days, right?
Absolutely right.
Way way more than the rest of my family. How are you? Have you recovered a little?
A tiny little bit because it was a lot of walking, and I always forget how much to walk it is because you're in such a crazy atmosphere and you totally forget to drink, to eat. You just look.
Forget is not the correct term at a certain time of the day. At a certain time of the day, I couldn't stop thinking about food. Okay, let's get a brief hello from the gallery. Hey, Rock Vinyl Channel, Alexandra, Andreas, Fear of the Frog, Ragged Trouser Vinylist, Andy, Lex, guten Abend, Stefan, Juha. Yeah, so nice that you joined us. Already 92 people want to hear our adventures, and the stuff we experienced. Nadine, in a nutshell, how is your thinking about the last fair, the April fair, with a very little difference of 2 days now, before we really get deeper into things?
I love the atmosphere. I
Hmm.
love the people. Everybody was super friendly. That was a great atmosphere. And it was on the other side, I think we will discuss this later on, quite shocking at certain points. So that was unexpected, absolutely unexpected what I experienced there.
Yeah.
Totally.
I can say the same. Although my exhibition, my record fair, has been quite different than yours, due to the fact that we, for the very first time, had a booth at Den Bosch. But of course, we talked during the fair, after the fair, and we, in the very most cases and points, we agree. Let me start when I say it was very, very, very different to November, and not and not only the weather.
I totally agree with you. And like you said, this time of the year in April, you had the booth. You had a totally different point of view actually on the fair as usual. How was that experience for you?
You know, our intention when Thomas and me decided, let's do it. What the hell would be amazing, was that we want to have a meeting point. We wanted to have a place where people can come, get in contact, and talk and share experiences and ideas. And, oh, you're looking for this, go over there. And that, you saw it. You have been also between your live streams. You have been there too. So, and that worked out really, really, really amazing. That was overwhelming and great. On the other hand, I had no time to stream by myself, so I was very happy when they said, "Oh, where is Nadine? Oh, she's streaming. Oh, great. Okay, where's Nadine? There's another stream."
I tried to make up for you. And so
Yeah, yeah,
you
you
also could
did.
see it later on to get an impression. That was also
Yeah,
in my mind.
and you did. So if you want to see the perfect overview over this year's Den Bon throughout the days, go to Nadine Soul Disco channel and watch it. That she really covered it, and I think what I've seen so far from those streams, you also covered very well the atmosphere, how many people attended that fair, and yeah. So on the other hand, what's also interesting, as we displayed, of course, some records, and we concentrated just on the wall, because our idea was not that wall in front of you is stay away, give me your money, but stay away. No, we wanted to have it open, so we just had the wall, and a lot of people, of course, asked for it, but at least on Friday is a dealer's day. And when you are not willing to go down with your price significantly, they really get angry. They are not willing to accept that you have no problem, and even might be very happy when you take your record home again.
Yeah, and you have to say that the OBC wall was, in my opinion, one, if not the most stunning wall at the whole fair.
Thank
So
you.
I think you experienced it, that some dealers came up on Friday and came to you and said, I would like to have this record, this, like actually the whole wall. And you said, this is a certain price point, and the dealers got a little anxious about it, that you wouldn't say, okay.
Yeah. So as you have been the two of us who really walked around, talked to a lot of dealers, and looked through a lot of their stuff, what do you think?
It's so difficult now.
Nadine, we have a job to do.
We have a job to do, and this one is not easy. So there were dealers who were totally professional, who had a great grading, great fair pricing, but on the other hand, there were dealers who had pricey records and the grading was absolutely shocking. Like, you had a grading of excellent for a record and cover, and you looked at it, the cover totally fell apart. The record looked like it has been thrown or used as a frisbee, and they were asking like a couple of $100 for it, and that happened quite often. And you get, you had a totally destroyed record, and what they often said was, but you won't hear the scratches. Or the next thing was, they are super rare, and that's why they are so expensive and graded this way they are. And this happened quite a lot. Not all dealers, many of them were great, but that was, for me personally, really shocking. The high prices and the very bad grading.
I would put it differently, or not differently. What I think is, and this is really quite something, some of those dealers, they quadrupled the price in a way, because in my opinion, let's say you have a November 2023 €500 record, which is graded correctly, and then you have a lesser good version, and you take 750. That is raising the price at two ends, but it's a huge difference. Let's say you have VG Plus and VG, and then taking for the VG 250 more. This is a huge raise in price. A huge one.
I made a video about it in German, and I got messaged a lot, and people, because I can only say it from my genre. That's where I'm very specialized in it. And they mailed me and said, I like metal, I like rock, and their impressions were that there was the maximum Discogs price plus 25%, and the grading was totally BS.
Yeah, but maybe they learned their grading now from the other Discogs dealer, or some of the Discogs dealer. Yeah, but it's really getting problematic. But be careful. When I don't want to blame these dealers because they are not genuine bad people. So why is this happening? Maybe they realized, damn, I don't get the good stuff anymore. It's not out there anymore. And then you get one in not such a good condition and say, yeah, but I got one. And it's so difficult to even get this one. It's more difficult than 2 years ago to get the good ones in the good condition, and now getting lesser good ones of those. So I raise the price because it's getting difficult.
So you're assuming that a rare record gets a higher price and a better grading because it's rare. That's totally.
Okay. I didn't. You should still, of course, grade it correctly. You have to say, okay, this is VG, but the VG is now okay. You're right. That was easy to misunderstand. But of course, you have to grade correctly and then say, this is my price for a VG copy or VG
So
minus.
I'm totally agree with you on that point. If you like, it's not like 5 years ago or 10 years ago where you found certain rare records more common. So the good stuff is really, really difficult to find. But in my opinion, then it should be correctly graded. Then you can put on a price on, and then you can, as a buyer, decide, do I want to pay that price for that grading or not? But not having, this thing.
VG is like that.
That's a good one.
Yes, so that's true. But on the other hand, and that was also something I walked with Thomas Friday. We started walking around at 2 o'clock, and so I got an impression. And what I really saw was that there has been a lot of very, very rare records, Nadine. A lot. More than in November, in my opinion. What I have seen on very, very special records, on the other hand, was amazing. Still the same problem, I agree. But maybe also the dealers start to get their stock from their door behind up to the front, which is also very interesting. So they might think, let's be careful. Other dealers start to get their precious gems too out. Now I have to do the same. And this is also something I didn't understand until today, why that is so massive. But that wasn't your impression, but maybe only because you're looking for funk, soul, and disco, right?
Yeah,
but
totally.
When it comes to free jazz and avant-garde, it was amazing. It was amazing. There has been some boosters. Wow.
Yeah, I can't judge that. I can only say from my perspective, it was very difficult. So in November, I have seen more rare and more interesting stuff from my point of view. Everything I'm saying is my opinion, my point of view.
Always.
Yeah, and what's also very important for me is I don't want to trash dealers. I don't want to do that. Like I said, there were many dealers who were working very professional, super nice. And what I also want to point out that many dealers had record players with them. So if you wanted to listen to a record and they had a turntable, you could do that. And some of them put them from the wall and said, listen, this is the issue with the record. You can listen to it. If you find it too difficult to handle and still want it, we can work on the price. So I absolutely don't want to do this. But my impression concerning the grading was not a very good experience. And especially when you're new one and a seller tells you, oh, this is because it's rare and that's why you get a trashed record for this high price. I think that's very critical.
Yeah, and there has, what you have told me, some really very, very questionable comments. What did the other one says? Because it's a very, very rare record, it goes into the grading. And so it's a better grading because it's so rare. I mean, what?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I have experienced that too. Yeah, I experienced that too.
Yeah, I know that from you. That's what. And Christopher, Nadine, did you find any super cheap rarities?
No.
I mean,
there were many. So it was more very cheap, more dollar bins than, in my opinion, ever before, at least in November and also the April before that. There were a lot of records for €5, €6. So that happened a lot. But rarities, super cheap, no, I didn't.
Yeah, that is a point we really should get a little deeper into it because we made this OVC stream, at least where we said this, and we have been wrong, Nadine.
totally wrong. Totally the opposite from what we've experienced before. And we should absolutely point that out.
Yeah. So that means I start with the Sunday. The Sunday was a total flea market.
Yeah.
I saw things that I would prefer not to have seen, especially when one dealer next to us put out 3 boxes of free records, and the people started crawling along the floor to get those records. That was not a beautiful sight for me. And €2, €3, €5 bins all over the place, all over the place. I have not seen that in Den Bosch before, although I have to say I haven't been there on a Sunday yet.
That's correct. Me either. So I thought for the sun, so I never thought that. So what I've never seen before were these many dollar bins, but what I've also not seen was that it was on Friday it was quiet, so the usual suspects. On Saturday afternoon it was very crowded, and on Sunday it was like very empty again. So I never thought that the Sunday will be that empty.
It was the Sunday I was shocked. Sunday, on a dealer's perspective, who has no $1, $2, or $3 bins, you don't need to go there. At least this April. I always can talk about this April. That was nothing. Very, very, very few people. I was really surprised. It was almost no difference if the fair had opened or not. I didn't see any difference. I said, Thomas, is it open? I said, yes.
Yeah, that was exactly. It was like, I don't think, was it opening at 9 on Sunday, I think. And at 10, I was going and grabbed myself a copy, and I was questioning, when does it open? And then somebody told me it's already open for like an hour or so. And I was like, well.
And Peter, Basement 45, I think is totally right that April and November seems to be quite different. Quite different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Nadine, we had 2 summer days, 24 degrees and sunshine at Friday, 25 degrees and sunshine on Saturday. That also might have played a role.
Well, people came from far away, you know, if you live close to the border, for example, in Germany, but some people have booked their hotels in advance and everything. So even if the weather was very great, I still would have gone because I made these plans in advance. So I don't know.
True. But those one day, you know, I drive at a Saturday, I drive at a Sunday. With the weather, it might have held up or something.
Yeah.
I like that. Were there any discount rare records on Sunday, or only one on cheaper ones? You want to go first?
I got on Sunday. I went through a bin and I got a discount. I don't know if the discount was because the seller or the dealer told me, I'm giving you the discount because I know you, or was it because it was Sunday and he was happy to get rid of it? I don't know, but I got a discount. Yeah.
I saw that too on bins, 25%, 50%. I saw that, but I also saw that at Friday and Saturday. So there have been. And this is, of course, relative, you know. I mean, but what I didn't see, for example, is that you have a wall and there was a sign, this one 20%, 50%. I didn't see that on wall records.
You didn't get discount on Kraftwerk or any other thing. So or Neu. So, and in November, I have seen some booths. There were many Neus. This time, I've only seen one booth.
Oh, you saw? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't see
in November, we've seen at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh, you're right. They weren't. Yeah. And I looked at
this
all
time,
of them.
I've only seen one.
Yeah. Neu is getting more and more crazy, as it looks like. Yeah, it's one of those titles. And did you meet new dealers? Dealers you didn't know and you bought from, and now you say, oh, this seems to be a very, very reasonable, good guy.
Yes. Actually, a couple I have seen, which I haven't been before, and checked out their stuff. And there were some, like I said, there were some dealers who had a very great pricing and a great grading. And I'm also was like, hey, this is great that you have this super grading. And there was also a German dealer who had on like €3.50, €5 records. He had a huge sticker on each record saying which pressing, the grading,
Wonderful.
and I said, this is so awesome. They all did that for the very cheap records, like I said, €3, €5, a sticker. And I said, that's so great that you're doing that work to put that on. And he said, it's no work. I have to grade the record anyway, so I can print out the sticker at the same time. And I said, that's absolutely wonderful.
That's wonderful. I totally agree. I haven't seen this booth, but that is very promising. And a very nice thing. I hope a lot of dealers will do the same, because that makes it so much easier for you to see, is it interesting or not, and takes so much time to figure out which pressing is it. And often, especially for the not so expensive stuff, the dealer just doesn't know, and he doesn't care. Any highlights, any funny things at the booth? Because I have one. I thought that was hilarious. You have one too?
I have no funny thing. I've met a lot of people, and was like doing the live stream, and every 5 minutes somebody came over. So that was a great thing. But I think you experienced a lot of things at the booth.
I experienced a lot of things, but I experienced a very funny thing when I walked around with Thomas. A dealer I know quite well, and I don't name names now. He's a very, very polite and gentleman. He's just a great guy, quite a big dealer. And he stood there with a customer, very nice, good-looking, well-dressed young man. He waved him and said, wait 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the customer ran away with the word, "You are a huge and complete asshole."
Okay.
And I said, what happened? He said, Michael, this guy came all 3 days, 3 times to my booth, and asked me for a €15 record to give it to him at 10. 3 days, 2 times. And then today I said, man, I'm above 50. I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm done. I don't give you this record for 10, and now leave me alone.
Oh boy. This is like people who buy like €2-3 records, go to the dealer and say, make me a good price, make me a good discount. So that's the same thing.
Yeah. Some people just overdo it. I mean, that was funny.
Did you buy anything? Did you have the time to buy anything?
I show you all the records I bought. I bought them at one booth, and that was amazing. I found a spectacular copy, really a spectacular copy of Ralph and Florian, with all the inlays, so the poster, which is the most important, in a wonderful, I can show you, in a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful condition. So you can see that, and the spindle hole. It's not cleaned yet, but this is, I was so happy to find this. Same booth, same condition. Also a record you don't find that easily. The Limbus 4 Mandala on the Ohr label. Of course, not with the balloon, of course. But look at the jacket. Look, it's a really cool find.
And the one with the balloon was the promo one, right?
I don't think so. I think this one, the first pressing, they all have those.
They all have the balloon.
That's why you have those little windows on the jacket. See this? Here
Yes.
was the balloon, I think. That's where they put the balloon. But of course, I mean, we're talking 50 plus years, and not many kept the silly, boring, stupid balloon. But that we saw that, and it was still there. Over 3,000 euros. I think
We saw, I think in November we saw one, but the thing was the balloon to me looked totally new. So I was like,
Okay, we don't say that this was an Italian dealer because
no, we don't say that.
we don't say that. And I thought so too. How does a rubber balloon looks after 50 plus years? He didn't look totally new, Nadine, not totally. But the balloon was VG plus 2. And
Excellent. Excellent.
And yeah, and then we talk 3,500 plus euros for and this is let's say it's a tempting price if you find a certain balloon, right?
Yeah. So in my opinion, if you have a balloon, which is also kind of plastic, it shrinks over time, and then it kind of looks ugly, and this look not like...
You know what we do, Nadine? Tomorrow I put a balloon aside, and in 50 plus years we meet again and I show it.
Yeah, do me a favor. Put it in the record, and then I can tell your relatives, or if we meet up in 50 years, Michael wanted to send me that record. That's why he put the balloon on it, and that's why I know that there's the balloon on it. Do me a favor.
So Mr. Sosh is sure that it would look horrible.
Yeah, it shrinks.
No, it has to, right?
It shrinks.
Yeah, in a way, Patrick from Sweden, it's not a 3,500, but let's say a 2,800 balloon. That's true. That's true. Yeah, Nena, she had 99 Luftballons. Okay, let's stay serious. Nadine, oh no, I missed one. And that is something, and I thought, what a great guy, the dealer. He really interesting. Great quality, good, perfect. And then he had this one. I love that record. I don't know if also very, very rare, but in a bad condition. And maybe you're the same. Sometimes we try things. Is this now a guy I will put into the inner circle and call him again? Do you have this? And that was my test. And I said, oh, that isn't that good. The price was fair. So don't get me wrong. The price was fair. And then he said, yeah, but I know it looks horrible, but you won't hear this. And I said, okay, careful now, my maybe new young friend. Are you sure? Because I will buy it. If you say so, I will take you seriously because those have been two good records. Shall I buy it? And you say, I won't hear it. Trust me. I listened to it. I said, okay. It plays as, yeah. What a stupid mistake from him. As a dealer. In my opinion.
Yeah, I saw that record. You showed me that record, but we were hoping that it was just on the surface. I remember we discussed this,
we were both quite sure it wasn't. Right? You've also felt it. I think so too. But because he had great stuff, and so he might become a dealer like the guy in Bonn. Okay, give it to me. If you say so, give it to me. I trust you. So, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that because he should be experienced enough. Yeah.
The thing is, and that's a good point, what you're mentioning is you are going regularly on these fairs. So if you have, I have like 3 dealers, I'm going for like 5 years now. So, and if you are honest to your customer, if you're helpful, you come back to that dealer. So why just making a quick buck and never, that ruins everything, unfortunately.
Exactly. And this is so short-sighted, in my opinion. I mean, everybody can do his business as he pleases, but I mean, we are not the most experienced people. At least I am not. You are way more experienced than me when it comes to record fairs, but we have our experiences now, and not smart.
Yeah, and then that's why I think many or some dealers at least had a turntable, like the booth next to us had a turntable where you could listen to the things, and that's if it's warped or things like this, and that's a great. You'd come up. They had also a dollar bin box. You could come up with dollar bin records and saying, "Here, test it, play it for me," and they were totally fine with this. And this is something I really like.
Look, here is some very experienced person. Keep it greasy. Utrecht was way better for the record fair than Den Bosch. First for me was in 1992. Okay, I would love to. I keep my eye on the gallery. What was the and don't say the prices because, but what was the price? What was so much better at Utrecht? If you can put it in a few words, would like to hear.
Yeah, that would be awesome to share that with us.
Yeah, and then the other part, the most overwhelming part, and I saw it has been the same for you. The hey, Michael, you don't know me. Or hey, Nadine, you don't know me, but I love your videos. That was wow.
There was quite a fans going on. That's for sure.
Wow, that was surprising. But I think it's a difference now with the booth. So of course you sit there and you are there and you're not talking to or you're not running around. But that, and I have to say that thank you so much for all those kind words, for this huge encouragement. There are really some people out there, Nadine, that like what we do. I'm surprised.
Me too. We just talk about things we have no clue about.
No, I won't name this dealer for two reasons. Even if I would remember the name, I won't. But no. Maybe that wasn't one-time incident and he has a weak moment or whatever. Or maybe he said, what an idiot, I never want to see him again, and that's why I'm doing it. So there is, in those, I'm always telling my point and my view of the story. So I would talk to him about it here, but he's not here, and so no, I don't mention names from people we talk here that have not the chance to react what we say.
Yeah.
Well, no, he hasn't answered yet. No, Nadine, what else? Is there a point you want to talk about that comes to your mind?
Maybe I show some records I got.
Oh, please, of course, please, excuse me.
No worries. No worries. I got. This is not much for me for Den Bosch. So I think in November I had my bag full, and but this time I was very selective. I was very looking for the quality, and so that's what it is. So I got a very rare jazz and a soul record, Hilton Felton. A man for all seasons or reasons. Sorry. So I really
A man for all seasons is different than a man for all reasons.
I don't care.
Let me make an educated guess. Soul
jazz.
Soul jazz. Okay.
So that was a great find. What I was totally happy about, and that was a dealer. I know for a long time, and I went there on Saturday, and he was like, "Where were you yesterday?" And I said, "I don't know. I was walking around. I have 2 records for you." And I said, "Show them to me." So I got the Lynn Christopher. She only made 1 album, and there are musicians from Kiss on there, which recorded with her before they became Kiss.
Okay.
This one was never reissued.
Kiss.
Kiss. So never reissued. Got it as a promo, and I was over the moon.
Nice.
Nice. So this was quite a challenge for a long time now, finding this album, because also the price for this one, which was back in the days a 10 to 20 euro dollar record, was skyrocketing. But I finally found a replacement copy for my original copy of What's Going On. The cover is not in the best shape, but the record is playing absolutely fine. And finding an original copy of this is getting more and more difficult.
So let me be a little nerdy here. US pressing?
Of course.
Which pressing plant, you know it? Did you look at it? Or don't you care for the pressing plant in that case?
No, because if we are in the topic of does it needs to be a first press, you have to consider in 1971 it was pressed in 3-4 different pressing plants in the same year. So I know it's a first press, but let me see. No, I needed to look that up.
Yeah, go. Sorry.
I need to look that up on Discogs. It's not mentioned up here.
Because when you will do it probably when you put it up to your collection on Discogs, right? Because then
yes. I have such a stack, which I at one point I stopped putting stuff into Discogs when there was COVID, and I had the time and the patience. I did that, but at a certain point I just stopped it, and so there's so much I need to put into my Discogs database. Yeah. But I will look it up.
And is it okay when I ask you how much you paid for it?
I paid 80 euros for it.
80, so that's quite a decent price. So it's
Absolutely.
It's for sure not a cheap record, right? And that was a good price, I can imagine, right?
Yes, because the thing was, I have seen a couple of versions. There was a French version for 150 euro, a German first pressing for 120 euro. There was a white label promo from the original press for $750, which had a scratch on side A, which was audible between song 1 and song 2. So that I would have loved to get that one, but you have.
I need the gallery now, guys, girls. I need you now for the next 10 seconds. Everybody of you who wants to see a comparison video from Nadine with this first pressing against the.
I hate you. No, I hate you.
No. Please write just one. Write the number 1 in the chat for everybody who wants to see a comparison video from Nadine MoFi against the US original. Oh, there are, look, 1, 3 ones. Oh, Nadine, you see that? Shall I put them on? But hey, it's your choice, of course. I don't want to.
No, the thing is, I've already had an original copy, which was not in the best shape because I've had it like for 20 years. And so, but I do have to say that the MoFi version for me at the moment, without hearing this one, is for me personally the best sounding version.
Yeah, you said that. And I really would love to see what happens. How much, I'm serious now, how much can a very good pressing be? Can it change things to the better? Or that would be, I really would love to see that if possible. Hey,
I will do that. I will do that. So when we have a stream coming up at a certain point, up till then, I'll make a comparison between the MoFi. The MoFi. I do have the special edition, the anniversary edition, which came out from Kevin Gray, and this one.
Exactly.
I'll do that and let you guys know.
Yeah. Cool. And now with your new turntable, things might change. You never know.
I did the comparison with the new turntable, so.
Okay.
I'm not so quite sure.
But not on a video, right? Or did you put out a video?
I think I put out a video. Yeah. There's so many now that I'm getting confused, but I think so. For me, at the moment, the MoFi is.
It's for sure one of the good ones. I agree on that, for sure, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, what else
You
do I
mentioned,
got?
Michael says the Kevin Gray 50s is his favorite. See, it's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's
That we all,
yeah, it's so different, and everybody has a different opinion about it, and that's so great. Do you
go.
want
You
me
have
to talk
more,
more?
of
Yeah.
course, please.
I found the Andrew Lewis band, which I think was done on a private label for a very cheap price, so nobody knows about it, and it's a very good funky record, and up to that moment it's still affordable. And yeah, I was very careful in looking for the grading. I got Minnie Riperton Come to My Garden as a promo, which is a second press promo. So I bought it at the booth, and the guys told me at the moment I saw it and said, "Can you pick that or get that from the wall?" He said, "Yes, I do that, but it's a second press promo." And I said, "I don't care. It was in great shape."
So the shape was still the key for you, right? You
Yeah.
didn't say, okay, they are okay, then I go down two with you guys if it's not out there. You stick to your I want the most perfect copy possible.
Yes, because I'm paying the most perfect price for
Mm.
this copy. Then I expect the correct grading for this. Because there might be a time when there are circumstances and I need to sell stuff from my collection. And like the example of you have, like somebody saying you won't hear it, but you see it. And somebody wants to buy it and you send this person pictures and the person says it's full of scratches. So if I pay a certain amount of price, I want to get the quality for that price.
Yeah, but Nadine, careful in a way. Sorry when I say it this way, but when the price rises, and then this is the correct price. Not if it's badly graded. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm
But
totally. It's what it
mm,
is. It's the
mm,
market. It's the market value. So I often hear that a dealer gets a record for like 20 euro and sells it for 200 euro. Oh, shame on the dealer. But if the 200 is the market value for that record, and he had to take the time to find it, grade it, and whatever, then it is what it is. And
exactly.
if the grading is correct and everything, you as a buyer can decide, do I spend the money or not? But if that's the market value with it, so it's like you're selling a car and the market value is like 20,000 euro, and but somebody comes along, no, sell it for me for 5. Why should you do that?
Okay, I play devil's advocate now, so don't get me wrong. But doesn't that go for the grading too? If he says this is near mint and you say no, this is G minus, isn't the grading in a way, in your eyes and in my eyes, from grading similar to the price he asks for, either accepted or not? Where do you see the difference between those two factors then? In a way, there is none.
So if somebody is asking for a record which has a near mint market value of, let's say, 100 euro,
Mhm.
and this person has a VG copy and is asking 100 euro, I, as the buyer, can say, I'm sorry, I'm not paying for this. Have a great day. See you next time.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that's what it is. So you always have, nobody forces you to buy anything. So you always have the opportunity to say no. And if the seller is having this record for 2-3 years in his store or wherever, he might, I don't see the reason. So maybe this record gets super rare now, and then it's 1,000 euro. It still doesn't change the grading, so it's still a VG copy.
Again, I agree. Yeah. But what I think is the most annoying part of this, I always see someone who is new into it and wants to start and gets infected by this lovely hobby. He goes there without this experience and without having friends telling them, hey, don't. That's the worst part of it. And he will be very disappointed and said, okay, that's it. No, thank you.
That's the worst part. And he says, stay away from vinyl. It's a horrible experience. I spent a shitload of money. I got something which I can't play. That's the most horrible thing. And so that's why I think it's very, very shameful to do that, to make a quick buck. I do understand that the dealers, they have their costs and all of this. Everything's clear, but I pay you the money you are requesting if the grading for it is correct. And I'm not the person who says, okay, you offer this record for 100, now I give you 50. It's worth 100, but I give you 50. It's with the example you had in the beginning with the 10 or 15 euro. So if it's worth that price, if the condition is right, why not? If you have the money,
go for it, right?
Yeah, if you want it, go for it. You probably won't find a decent copy for that amount in a couple of years. And who knows?
I don't like fixed-priced dealers. Haggling is part of the parcel of second-hand. Manfred, yes, but I think this is a zero-sum game, because dealers are totally aware of what the people expect. They expect at least 10%, and so what do? They just add 15%. So in a way, you're right. Now you have to do it because it's already put up on the price. But on the other hand, you know, someone like you, Manfred, or Nadine, or me, we go for the stuff they don't want to sell. We have to be aware of this.
So
in a
true.
way, that I bought these 2 records. He said, yeah, okay, now you take it, otherwise another one. So we are into the stuff the dealers don't want to sell. What you find in the bins, in the $3, $5, $2, they love to sell this because usually they got those for free. The 20, 30, 40 euros, those are, don't get me wrong, and those are not less good records, don't get me wrong, but they are happy when they sell this. This rare stuff, they are not happy when you buy those.
I totally agree with you, because they would love to keep it and wait some more time, or they love the record themselves, or they had reasons to part with these records because they need money, or things like this. Is painful for them because they say, I was looking for this record for 20 years to find a copy, and now I have to let it go because I need the money.
Yeah, and what was also very important, the wall thing. Why are there those walls? The walls are there to attract people to look through the bins. That's why they have walls. The real cool stuff is in the baggage, but the walls are there to attract people, not only to sell records. See, exactly, Jefferson. We want to have our cake and eat it too. Exactly.
Yeah, and sometimes they say, I've had this with one dealer who said, oh, it's already sold, and later on he told me, I'm sorry that I told you the lie, but I don't want to sell it. I brought it here, I wanted to sell it, but I can't sell it because I was looking so long for that record.
Hey, Torsten, sorry I overlooked you. Sorry. I always thought that a record in VG is indeed in a very good condition. Stupid me. Oh, VG grading is the most complex. You have, in my opinion, a VG. VG is the broadest range of a grading. You know, in this top conditions, you have near mint, VG plus, X plus plus. You have so many in this era. VG, if you buy a VG record, like it or not, but VG, you have to be aware that you will start hearing things.
And there are deep scratches, which can be because VG means that it has surface noise and scratches you hear.
Yeah.
VG plus means it has defects, but you won't hear them.
Exactly. So be aware when you're new VG, it's very good. This is stupid in a way that they call it very good, because it might get you into thinking that it's a great record. With VG grading, you start hearing things, and this is a very broad, the broadest of all, in my opinion, grading. You can be close to VG plus, then you are very, very lucky. but you also can be quite near to G+, and then you have a problem.
Yeah, Christian Thome says, as Germany as a school grading, it would be befriedigend.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, exactly. You made some mistakes, and then you get a 3 grading. Exactly, but you made some degrees. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I would say give us, or let's talk about November, Nadine. After November, after April, Den Bosch. November.
I have some more records to show.
Oh, damn! You bought so much compared to me.
I bought 10.
Okay, sorry. My bad again.
No problem. So I bought a record where Thomas was very jealous, but I was faster than him. And that was Mabu's Madness M2, which was done on the Marple label, which was a sub-label of All Platinum. And if some of you knows Lee Moses, Time and Place, that was released on the same label, and it's a super funky album in great condition, and you hardly ever find this. So that was great. So since we are into library records,
say one sentence to the last record, because I heard that, and Thomas said, and I have never heard this word in his mouth. This is on my want list, and if you have a record from Thomas Busk want list, it has to be special. Yeah. It has to be.
So Thomas and me were in the same thing, and when I saw it and the condition fit the prices, I had to have it. And when I told him, or I showed him the record, he was like, "This is on my want list."
How dare you, Nadine?
Yeah. Sometime you win, sometime you lose. And we were into library records a couple of months ago, and this is also.
Oh, look who's here, Nadine. Look who's here. He's
Thomas.
Ready to buy right now. Shall we do an auction, Thomas?
I might trade it for the topics giving up, Thomas. Hope you had a safe trip home. So since we're into library records, I bought another library record from the series, The Themes, The Sound of Soul, which is, in my opinion, the best of this series. Also in absolutely, yes, Manfred. This is why I go to Den Bosch and save for Den Bosch, because you see stuff you won't find anywhere.
But this is not an outrageous expensive album, this M2, right? It's not, wow. Or am I wrong here?
Think of Lee Moses.
Okay, I'm wrong here.
And this one is even rarer than Lee Moses.
Okay, wow. Damn it, Nadine.
Yeah, then I found Jimmy Deuce, I Want to Help You. This was so great from the dealer. He had a sealed copy and I was interested in it. And he said, you know what? I open it up and you play it, and you can check if everything's all right. And if you don't want to buy it, it's okay. But I do open it up for you. And I was like, oh my, yeah, great. And I bought it, got it for super, super great deal. So that was great. And my last, I have two more, was Tommy Young. So I was also looking for, it has some, might see that here in the light, some water damage, but the vinyl was close to perfect. And I got a discount on it. Super happy. And another record I was looking for a long time is Donna McGee, Make It Last Forever. So that was, I have quality instead of quantity. I'm happy.
You always have quality, but sometimes you have quality and quantity.
Yes, sometimes. Maybe in November. Again.
So that answers my last question I have for you. You can ask, of course, too. So November is coming. Is Den Bosch in November coming? What do you think after April?
Yes, because I do hope that we will have the same experience as we had in last November. And what I've also loved was your booth, the meeting point. That was absolutely fantastic. So you could walk around and then always come back to your home base. That's how I called it, and told the people I'm going back to my home base. And Had great talks with people. You could sit there and have a good time, look at the fair and the wall, and that was absolutely a highlight. So I do hope you will have the booth again in November.
Yeah. We Thomas and me, we learned our things, what we wanted to, because this time it was about learning. Foremost, it was, of course, as I said, about meeting people, talking to people, and learning what can we do, what shall we change, and if we can improve, how can we found some things we want to go with and improve, and that we will try out in November. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The price for such a booth is around 600 euros, but that depends. For the small, you can always double up, right? The smallest version is around 600.
And if you wanted to have power at your booth, it was also a couple of hundred
Then
euros.
I can buy the whole building.
Yeah, that was I was
Bring a power bank. Bring a power bank or
power
something.
bank. Yeah, I need to buy a power bank for November, because I was shocked when I heard that it costs a couple of hundred euros to have power at your booth.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard it yet, but I only heard great things about it. A new country record is out.
Yes, me too. And I think she's the first African American to top the country charts. So that must have been very impressive.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait to hear it. You missed mine. That's fast done. I got 3 records. I got the Limbus 4. I got the wonderful Ralph and Florian. And I got a wonderful record in not such a wonderful condition. I got another Crocodile. This is a fantastic krautrock album. I really can recommend it to everybody who likes krautrock. Wonderful album.
Is this your only version of that krautrock album?
No, I have a perfect version. As I said, that was a trial. That was a trial to see how far will he go.
So it was absolutely lovely. Like I said, the atmosphere was great. The people were great. Also, the people who organized the fair were all super friendly. What I really love is you have the parking spot next to the building, which is huge, so everybody can park. You don't need to drive around where I find a parking spot. That was just great.
Yeah, that's true. And again, and this won't change in November for me. This year was all about meeting the guys and girls who are there, and that worked perfect, and that was worth all the work, money, and time. That was really quite something.
From all the people who are in the gallery, who will be at the next Mega Record Fair in November? Already made plans?
Write a 1 again, those who come. But I think your video got more ones.
I've only seen like 2 or 3 ones, so.
I will talk about that as soon as I have more news, which I don't have now. But he's on the way, slowly. Okay, Bearded will be there again. It was so nice to see you. Elvis, cool.
Elvis, oh, I love Elvis.
That's the best. That's the best comment. I pray it's a 1.
That would be great, hey Joe.
It would be so cool to see Joe. Thomas, of course, you have to. You can't leave me alone there. See, Thorsten will be there. Manfred, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Cool. Jason, I haven't seen a 1 from you. Shall I show you where the 1 on the computer is? Yeah, but November is far ahead. In between, we have a summer, Nadine. We have a football European Championship in between. We have the Olympics in between.
We have records still this upcoming weekend.
Exactly. A record store day, right? Basement 45, right?
Will you be there?
I will be there. I don't know at what time. I'm not there at 7 o'clock in the.
You're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. For sure not.
Is there a record this year you are looking for? Maybe the Neu reissue? Harmonia?
Maybe.
Maybe.
If I still get a copy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for Record Store Day. So it's the first time since a couple of years I'm giving it a try because I was so pissed off. But we'll see if Peter can deliver.
I give the question back to you. Is there something you are interested when it comes to Record Store Day?
Yes. The Parliament record is there. The Doors Live. The Average White Band has a live album. Solar Funk. There are quite a few records I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
But I'm also not there at 7 o'clock. I might be there at 11 and see if I have a chance to get anything, but it's impossible. After this weekend, it's for my body impossible.
So Jefferson, is the Harmonia a German or European thing, or you get it in the US too? I wonder that, because you are right, Jefferson. Only 650 copies, and that's not that much. But I saw Peter, Basement 45, he gets this.
Yeah, he had this in his hand yesterday, and what I thought was great, they changed the color a bit. So that's if you're looking for the reissue, that's a great thing.
Yeah, there we have. I agree on the point. It's good when you can distinguish them very easily. Yeah. But for me, this jacket is an icon, and changing the colors, for me, a sticker on the jacket would have done. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I see. If they would have changed for the reissue, one of my holiest grades in my collection, this is the reissue. If they would have changed anything, I would be like, this is not. I wouldn't have.
And that's how I feel about
totally
this.
Get your point with this.
That's how I feel about it. You would also say a sticker would have been enough.
Yeah, this is if you have a certain connection to an album. I totally agree with. Then you're like, oh.
Oh, there will be a David Sylvian. Interesting. So again, see how much. I mean, Peter yesterday mentioned 30 records, 40 records. It's so much again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I'm really angry because Kraft is releasing some Ennio Morricone and also Black Girl on Record Store Day, but it's not available in Europe. So I was like, thanks for nothing.
Nadine, you will get it online. Sorry.
Yes, I know, but still, it would have been easier to go to a shop and hope to get it there instead of.
Yeah, but then you have to be at 7 o'clock in the line.
Yeah, then I would have been at 7 o'clock in the line.
Okay.
I would have done this. 650 is really not much for this album. It would have been great if they would have done more copies because there is such a high demand for it.
Welcome.
Hi.
But Nadine, there is also the regular reissue, right? And so I can understand that they don't go for it with a couple of thousand of copies. We, of course, all know and love the Harmonia, but maybe not so many does. Maybe we think it's bigger than it is. That might also be the case, right?
So Christian says it's not available in Germany, but okay, so it's available in Europe except for Germany. Great. Now I feel way better, Christian. Thank you.
Except Germany. All countries
except Germany. We hear that so often.
All countries except Nadine, because that would be the truth.
Correct. Oh, Christian, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Maybe no, I don't do that. I would maybe drive to the Netherlands or so. No, I won't do that. I'll be at Peter's.
But you know what I just thought of, and I will do that. As I failed miserably with my live streams in Den Bosch, miserably, I will do a short Record Store Day live stream for the very, very first time, if Peter is okay with it. If he allows me to do, I will stream my first Record Store Day experience from Basement 45, if Peter allows it. I don't know. So.
And if Michael comes late, I'll do a live stream before, and then Michael can take the second part of the day. But
I don't want to be the second one.
I'll be at the bar. Peter, do you offer some alcoholics there, like gin tonic or so, for the long waiting time? That would be great.
You give her a lot of gin tonics, Peter, because then she can't stream anymore.
I can stream.
It's best when she's drunk. Okay, Nadine, thank you so much. 1 hour, 5 minutes. Let's wait 2 minutes if there are important questions. We wait 2 minutes if you have something spectacular, what we forgot. Otherwise, we will call it a day. Yeah, the pre-order will be up very soon. But think about the if you haven't already, the Stone Temple Pilots. The Stone Temple Pilots is sold out in the US, but not in Europe.
Oh, that was also a funny story at the.
Yeah. Okay, tell that because that's true. Yeah.
Maybe you want to tell that.
Yeah, okay, I can tell it because somebody mentioned at my booth, and I was so surprised because I didn't realize. Oh, the Stone Temple Pilot is sold out. Then one guy, and I had two with me to show them, and if somebody wants to save the shipping, and he heard it, and he immediately bought the 2 Stone Temple Pilots immediately. But somebody told me it's already been sold. Imagine that after a couple of days, somebody told me it has been sold for 175 euros now. After 3 days, not available in the US. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's. You want to do an auction now? No.
No. But if you don't have it and it's your kind of music, I would highly suggest that you order it. It's sold out in the US for a reason.
Yeah, but it's not about that. Okay. Oh, Nadine, Liam asked, personal question. You want to answer that?
It died on my way home, but fortunately I have a business. I came with my private car and I have a business car, so I still have a car, fortunately. But it died, and I'm on the brink of what do I do with it? Do I save it or do I sell it as a G plus or a poor minus?
Nadine, this question, can you answer that? Vinyl playable postcards?
Yeah. Yes, they are. They are tiny. They are postcards, and they have like a flexi or like a plastic overlay, which is like a picture disc version, and then you can put that on your turntable and play it.
Have you seen one?
But I'm sorry.
You haven't seen one at Den Bosch. I haven't.
No, I haven't seen. I've seen 8-track tapes. I've seen people who sold like vintage teddy bears and things like this, but I haven't seen vinyl playable postcards there. Sorry.
That was an amazing question at the end. Nadine, thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.